follow the instructions in the dressing room. Both of you know exactly what I expect from you. I want a clean fight. I want a fair fight. Respect my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Well, menacing glare from both men in a fight that could be a fascinating blend of styles here. The hyper-aggression of Sultan Zaurbek and the power counter-punching style of Azinga Fuzile could blend into something excellent here in our co-main event. Round one underway.
Oh, we got 2 southpaws today. Okay, we got 2 southpaws in this fight. This will be interesting. You know, Corey, we were talking earlier, I've heard a few people talk, thinking this might be the fight of the night.
I think that most people would believe that. Of course, Zaurbek has been very exciting on his rise up. 13 knockouts in his 19 victories. Azinga Fuzile, we've seen him in some excellent high-level fights against the likes of Shavkat Rakhimov. Very controversial fight for different reasons. And of course, that IBF title fight against Konichi Ogawa back in 2021. He's won 3 fights since. But again, the thoughts of retirement crept in. He thought he might be done in January of this year. Instead, he is a crack at really getting back into the title picture with a victory tonight.
Look, a lot of times, you know, like any job, you can get bored, you can get tired, you can get, you know, your mind plays games on you. But when you get the opportunity, you're going to take the mix, you know, you want to come back and try to get the best, make the most of it. So Fuzile, that's what he's trying to do right now. Fuzile is trying to make the best of this opportunity and get a title shot with the next fight.
Fuzile in particular through the years so dangerous with just a short check right hook. Seen him score knockdowns, knockouts with that same shot. Good body puncher as well.
But Zaurbek, you can see both guys taking their time, both guys relaxing, they're very relaxed, trying to figure each other out.
Nice right hook there from Zaurbek.
Most of those punches were caught on the gloves and arms of Fuzile. It's just, you know, they're both 2 high-skilled fighters.
See the hand speed of both men there. Fuzile getting there first with the left hand, but looked like it whistled past the face of Zaurbek. Both men getting close with some dangerous counter shots here in the early going.
You know, the one fighter who brought Kazakhstan to the, gave it its popularity was Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. I've not seen him. Is he not there today? I thought he'd be at this fight.
Might not be. Well, that's a
I
good
mean,
question.
he's not, maybe he's not in the country, but I just thought nobody's mentioned him or seen him at ringside. If he is, hope they show him.
He's been a big proponent for keeping boxing in the Olympics in 2028,
Yes.
which it seems will be the case. So he's doing good work wherever he is.
Look, he made Kazakh fighting. Nobody knew there was Kazakhstan anywhere without Gennady Golovkin. Should have a statue of him in the arena. Well, that was a typical filling out round, but you can see both guys are highly skilled. Future fight will be.
Round 2 begins. Sultan Zaurbek and former world title challenger Azinga Fuzile. Promoter Kali Sauerland says that Zaurbek is the most dangerous and devastating man in the super featherweight division. He mentioned that he is creeping close to some of the big names at 130. He tries to creep a little closer to Fuzile, get some of his work done on the inside, where we've seen throughout his career he can be exceptional.
What I like about both fighters, reminds me of the old throwback to the old fighters in the 40s and 50s that are highly skilled to keep the left hand down or the front hand down, you know, move their shoulder, move their head. It's just, you know, it's just a great fight to watch if you're a fan of boxing, which I love, guys who know how to fight. You know, they're feinting, they're with their shoulders, with their head, with their feet.
High-level operators in the 130-pound division. Fuzile just missing with that left hand. Zaurbek got there with one of his own to the body. Fuzile, as we mentioned, kind of embattled by inactivity, but also some of his struggles outside the ring have been highly publicized in the tabloids in South Africa, where some people felt that he kind of fell victim to the party lifestyle, had some problems with alcohol that maybe led to some of that inactivity. But Fuzile seems in top shape, seems dialed in here in the early going.
Look, if you're going to shut it down in January, here you are. Obviously, you had to change your heart, change your mind, change of attitude. But I like it. Both guys. If you are a fighter of lovers, lover of fighters.
do not fight your lovers.
No, lover
Get
of fighters.
along, everyone.
You're gonna love this fight. Yes. Can we all get along?
Zaurbek for that left hand. Finds a route to the body, though. A nice right hook to the body there from Zaurbek. Zaurbek just missing with a sharp left hand there. The seconds tick away. A high-octane fight so far. And that will do it for round two.
Corey, one thing I like about this fight, it's at a high pace, high energy fight. Good left hand. Good left hand by Fuzile right there. I mean, it's a high pace, high energy fight by both guys. That's what I like about it.
Round three begins. You know, we've described this fight so far as high octane, high energy, and, you know, Ray, I mean, obviously you can speak to this. A lot of people might think that the only way for a fight to be exhausting is if you're throwing a lot of punches, but what you're seeing right now, so much movement, so many feints, there's a tension that can really exhaust fighters in this type of situation.
Yes, like you said, it's a thinking man's fight. But with the body feints, but the foot movement, look, they're feinting with their shoulders, with their feet, with their head. That takes a lot of energy to do that.
Fuzile trying to jab to the body.
It's smart. You just want to know where the guys, it's a range finder. When you jab to the body, jab to the shoulder, jab to the hip, it's a range finder to find out, to know your distance. So once you know your distance, you could drop the other shots behind them. Look at that. Look at that.
As we're seeing, you know, body shots may be the best approach for both men. Both men difficult targets. They're showing one another such different pictures all the time. It's like you're at the optometrist.
Yes.
And it's switching so many different looks from both Fuzile and Zaurbek thus far. There's that counter right hook.
Yep.
The signature shot from Fuzile.
Didn't do a whole lot, but it was there. And now, Zaurbek knows he got it, so he's got to be careful. The difference for me right now, and it could be down as the fight goes on, as the rounds go on, is that Zaurbek's coming forward, Fuzile's moving back, and his legs do a lot. You know, his legs get tired out at the end because he's moving back on him a lot.
Fuzile with that counter right hook again. Now a nice stiff jab as he steps back in.
Two of them.
Good work this round from Azinga Fuzile.
I hope the corner Fuzile is telling him, you're in this guy's backyard, you got to pick it up. You got to do a lot more work. You want to win this fight, you got to show them. But of course, you can't get careless either because of the punching power of Zaurbek.
Zaurbek calls himself the Kazakh king of knockouts. He says when he gets his shot, he will not miss. He's finding the target difficult to find here against Fuzile in round 3.
I thought that was a good round by both guys. Both guys show good head movement, good boxing skills, and good punching power. Watch. Both guys are highly skilled, highly intelligent.
Round 4 underway. Round 3, a good one for Azinga Fuzile. No doubt exciting all of our viewers watching live across Africa on Supersport. What a bounce back into the world scene it would be if Fuzile could pull off the upset. Look at that counter right hook. That's the one we told you about.
Yes, you've been saying about that all night. That's a Sunday punch.
That one rocked Zaurbek on his heels momentarily.
But Zaurbek looks, from what we've been told, from what I've seen, his chin's pretty sturdy. He got rocked there though, but it's gonna take a few more of those to back him up.
Fuzile, almost a forgotten entity at 130 pounds. And again, for good reason. A guy who was talking about being on his way out of the sport.
Good short uppercut by Zaurbek.
Showing he's got plenty left in the tank here tonight. Zaurbek trying to come back. Nice body shot there from Fuzile though.
Zaurbek starting to shorten that distance a little bit more.
Good body work again from Fuzile.
Yeah.
That looks like it's emboldened Zaurbek, but he connects on a nice short right hook of his own.
This is the time for that infighting I was talking about. I'd love to see these guys pull their hands back and stand in the trenches and dig it out with each other.
Zaurbek missing over the top with the left hand. Less than a minute left to go here in round 4. That long, pesky jab to the body is working so far here for Fuzile. Step in left hand there from Fuzile. Excuse me, for Zaurbek. Fuzile shrugs as if to indicate that he rolled with that shot.
Yeah. Good shoulder rolls. But I think Zaurbek got caught with that, he got caught with that right hook, and he wants to show the judges, look, that didn't bother me. I'm going to push this fight. I'm going to show you that I'm winning this round.
He's got a good case to have won it. We enter the final 10 seconds. There's that right hook again. Fuzile lets go of a left hand as well. Another good round for Azinga Fuzile.
Yes. Well, I actually thought by both guys. I thought Zaurbek started to initiate his presence more, taking control more in that round.
Now we're going to take a look back into the locker room of the challenger tonight, Anuel Gamasenge. A massive opportunity for the 2016 Olympian who's been toiling in obscurity on the French scene, now stepping out to face one of the most dangerous men in the 160-pound division, the unified champion, Zaurbek Alimhamdullah. Back to action here in our co-main event between Sultan Zaurbek and Azinga Fuzile.
Corey, one of the reasons why you, being a pressure fighter myself, one of the reasons you keep coming forward, pressuring the other guy, you don't only want to wear him down physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. If he's hitting you with any clean shots and you keep moving forward, mentally you guys say, what do I got to do to keep this guy off me? But as you move forward, you've got to come in with something. You can't just walk in without throwing punches. You've got to keep the opponent busy as you back him up.
And as we've seen throughout his career and as we're seeing here tonight, Fuzile thrives when he has that time to think and when he has the distance. He doesn't need a whole lot of it to land that check right hook. But he's doing a good job himself with that length, that long jab, at preventing Zaurbek from getting to the inside.
I'm going to tell you right now, just that right there, right before, Zaurbek threw 2 overhand left hands, didn't hit him flush that chin, him in the back of the head. But those are the type of punches that mess up your equilibrium. Those are the type of punches that mess you up. You get hit more, when you hit a few of those shots, man, I'm going to tell you what, they mess you up. Mess up your equilibrium and everything. Again, he got hit with it again. There she goes. She's telling him.
Yeah, there's a warning.
Those are the shots that mess up your equilibrium and mess you up. Now, I'm not saying they're intentional by no means. I'm just saying, he throws it over the overhand left. The guy leans in, you get caught with it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's the wrong ruling at all,
no.
But there are other officials that wouldn't have said anything about that.
Right. She did for the first 2.
Right.
Zaurbek knows he can't just walk in with power against this guy. He's got to outthink this guy.
Zaurbek thinking about a potential fight against Lamont Roach, perhaps, the WBA champion, if he chooses to stay at 130 pounds. Hoping to avoid a massive speed bump or a roadblock here tonight in Azinga Fuzile.
This fight here reminds me a lot of the old guys, the old fighters in the Philadelphia middleweights back in the 60s and 70s. When they're out hustling each other. You fight Boogaloo Watts, fight Willie the Worm Monroe, fights like that. Trying to outthink them, show each other. It's a terrific fight to watch.
It's like we planted the Philadelphia Spectrum right in the middle of Kazakhstan.
Yes!
Round 6 underway. One thing that we saw during the replays there, Ray, one thing that Fuzile is proving very, very good at, just the ability to roll with shots, just to absorb the velocity of those shots with his body. Sometimes there are shots that look like they're landing in real time.
Right.
As we look back at them, a lot of them he's catching, or at least absorbing in a better way.
Yes, rolled up the shoulder, catch him on the arms. You're absolutely right. Zaurbek now picking up the pace. Picking up the pace. And I think his corner probably told him, look, well, you're starting to touch this guy. You're trying to touch him now with your jab, your left hand. Pick up the pace, back him up more. And he's doing it.
Zaurbek's one of the trainers he's been working with, Manny Robles, who we worked with in recent times, said in an interview recently that he feels that for Zaurbek to take the next step, he needs to find that dog in him. He needs to find another level of aggression, and that's within Zaurbek, who is typically quite aggressive.
Well, you do it. He's absolutely right. You want to see you want to see that dog come out, and you want to bring out the dog of another fighter. You want to bring out the dog of the other fighter. You want to see. You want to see what they're made of.
Nice long, stiff jab there from Fuzile.
No, even though we're talking about Zaurbek, keep coming forward, keep coming forward. He's got to be cautious because Fuzile is a highly skilled opponent. Not the same power, but anybody can get caught. We know that.
Good little sequence here for Fuzile. Those jabs are connecting, and that left hand did as well.
Oh.
Inside the final minute of round 6, as Zaurbek tries to go to the body of Fuzile. Over the top of that chopping left hand. Body work of Zaurbek had him in position momentarily. Former world amateur silver medalist Sultan Zaurbek. He's got a lot of tools at his disposal. He's going to need all of them against the crafty Fuzile tonight. That's better work.
Oh,
good right.
Okay.
Right hook there from Zaurbek.
Look, Fuzile obviously knows he can't win a decision here against Zaurbek. And I think he's trying to set traps for Zaurbek to open him up and catch him with a second punch. I think he's trying to set traps for him.
Heavy jab there from Zaurbek a moment ago. Good end of the round here for Sultan Zaurbek. A nice bounce back after a little bit of a roll there for Fuzile in round 6.
I'm going to tell you what, they better get a higher sounding bell. I'm telling you. Cause problems on the rope. Guys don't hear it. I love the fact, rolling the shoulders, Boom, he got hit with a stiff jab there. Zaurbek, boom, over the top. Look, both guys, again, as a boxer, it's a great boxing match. Highly skilled guys, showcasing all the tricks and moves that they got. But I said, Fuzile, you got to set traps. try to catch Zaurbek in the trap.
Round 7 now. Fascinating fight here between Sultan Zaurbek and Azinga Fuzile, who says that he's coming back from the boxing wilderness. And tonight in there with a Kazakh lion in Zaurbek, who continues to apply pressure. Trying to break through this deft counterpunching ability of Fuzile.
Over the last couple rounds, one thing Zaurbek has done, he's shortened the distance between him and Fuzile. Okay, caught him with a good hook. He's shortened the distance. That's what he's had to do. To be successful, he's got to shorten that distance, which he's been doing. Now he's got to let the power shots go.
Zaurbek finding some good shots here in the beginning of this round. Fuzile stopping and planting to let that left hand go. Zaurbek starting to show confidence moving forward now. Fuzile having to pick up the pace as he moves backwards.
Listen, because I think Zaurbek realized Fuzile got nothing to keep him off with. He ain't got the power to keep him off or to hurt him or keep him hurt. So now he's starting to walk through him. We still got to be cautious. Don't get hit with a sucker punch. We're starting to walk him down little by little.
Well, this is also how Fuzile tends to walk fighters into trouble. He has you thinking about that long jab, which he's been throwing for a while, and when he turns that hook over, as we've seen, that's when he's most dangerous.
A lot of guys walk into it.
But Zaurbek, by closing the distance, as you're pointing out, Ray, he's taking that shot away.
Yeah. You know, he backed him in the corner now. Zaurbek backed him in the corner. He didn't do a whole lot. You back him in the corner, keep him there. Use your shoulders. Use the shoulders. Push him back. Push him back. Keep him in the corner. Fuzile
just freezing him with that jab. Beautiful shot from Fuzile. Back comes Zaurbek, offering up that left hand over the top.
I was going to say, Fuzile's got to start taking more chances to win this fight. Now, if you want to go the distance, keep doing what you're doing. But if you want a chance to win this fight, you've got to take more chances. Try to stay in the trenches a little bit more. Throw more power shots.
So
not move as much.
Zaurbek tried to slip to the outside with an uppercut there a moment ago. Fuzile a lot more mobile in this round. We'll see what the judges think about it should we head to the scorecards later on. Round 8 begins. A highly competitive fight here between Zaurbek and Fuzile.
Somebody, Zaurbek's corner must have said something to him for him to come out throwing bombs like this.
Well, the crowd is telling them the same thing. They like what they're seeing. All-out aggression from Zaurbek at the beginning of the 8th round. Fuzile hanging out around the perimeter here. trying to tame some of this aggression of Zaurbek. Looking a little less comfortable here, Ray, with this kind of tempo than he was in the earlier rounds. Nice left hand there from Zaurbek.
Well, that's the tempo. A chopping left hand. Look, Fuzile's feeling him now. Fuzile's feeling him. He's on his bicycle for survival right now. Does not want to exchange with Zaurbek. Zaurbek started to instill his will on Fuzile.
Remember, one of the edicts of the people behind Zaurbek is they want him to find that dog. Can he dig deep here in the final rounds? Nice counter shot there from Zaurbek. Short right hook. Now pouring it on to Fuzile, who fights back.
We got no dog. My man Fuzile got no dog. He's firing back with them. I love that.
Inside the final minute now of round 8.
And that's throwing me off. I thought it was like 10 seconds. What? They're throwing me off with that. They do that in a minute? Come on now.
Well, that was just the Fuzile corner clapping. It sounds like wood.
Yeah, I don't know, it's throwing me off. There he is.
You definitely want a higher decibel level for the bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll ask them to hit another octave for
Just
us.
trying to make it the same as the wood. Come on now.
Nice right hook there from Fuzile. Big sweeping shot there.
Zaurbek, now he's got to finish strong. Finish strong. Keep that pace up for the end of the round.
That was probably one of the clearest rounds for Zaurbek in this fight that has been chock full of competitive ones.
Corey, I think this is the round that Zaurbek started instilling his will. That's it. That's the step fight he's got to make for the last 4 rounds. That's the last. You got to make it a dog fight with Fuzile. You know he's not hurting you. You're wearing him down. Make it a dog fight. Try to take him out.
Two to go here in our co-main event between Sultan Zaurbek and Azinga Fuzile.
I think the biggest thing we just noticed is that Zaurbek ran out of his corner. Fuzile got up very slow.
And the scorecards could be very interesting right now, but if you're Zaurbek, you'd love to clearly sweep these final 3 rounds, just in case, because there are a lot of competitive rounds.
Yes.
I know there's always the assumption that the home fighter is going to get the benefit of the doubt on the scorecards, but even if you're the home fighter, you don't know that.
Fighters don't think
Right.
that way. Fighters know you got to go in there and you just got to fight. Everyone else thinks that way, not the fighter. And if he does, shame on him. You got to go out there, fight, and close the show. And I think that's what Zaurbek's trying to do, to make not only a statement in this promotion, but to the whole world in his division.
Oh, body shot there from Zaurbek. You're right, Ray. The body language has really changed over the last 4 minutes or so. Zaurbek just sprinting across the ring everywhere that Fuzile goes. Fuzile becoming a little bit more stationary along the ropes now.
Right, yes. Again, Zaurbek trying to make it notice to all the junior lightweights out there, I'm the man to watch. I'm the man that everybody has to go through. But But Fuzile, God bless, man. See that fight, heck of a fight, doing the best he can do. I just don't think he can keep up with the pace or the power of Zaurbek at this point. Zaurbek is just instilling his will right now.
Final minute of round 9.
Oh!
Zaurbek looks front. What would be a home run of an uppercut?
Woo! He caught him with that. Zaurbek's obviously feeling much more confident that Fuzile got nothing for him, can't hurt him, got nothing for him for the last 2 rounds, so he's starting to get a little more ambitious with his hands down. But he's got to keep throwing those punches. There he is. There you go.
Good combination there from Zaurbek. 2 to the body, 1 up top. One thing you gotta like about Zaurbek too, for a pressure fighter, he's still very fluid.
Yes.
A lot of upper body movement. There's not a lot of rigidity in his movement moving forward.
You're absolutely right. Now he's coming forward, he's throwing headshots. He missed a few. Go from bottom up. Start with the body, then go to the head. Start from the bottom up.
Tenth and final round. You hear the crowd's appreciation as Zaurbek just bull rushes Fuzile there.
That was do a double leg takedown. Double leg, maybe single.
Zaurbek forced to apologize there. Yeah, I took that a little bit too far. I can't just tackle you.
Again, he just wants to instill a pace that he doesn't think Fuzile can keep up with.
Well, in a lot of ways, this is how you would expect this type of matchup to go.
Yes.
This has been extremely competitive all the way.
Yes.
They're the same age, but Zaurbek is still considered to be the fighter on the ascent. He hasn't had some of the challenges, the losses that Fuzile has had. Yes. You would expect that down the stretch that Zaurbek would be the one who has surged, and that's exactly what's happening.
Yes. Yes, and he's starting to, like I said, instill his will. In the last 3 or 4 rounds, he's done that. Oh!
Clubbing right hand over the top there from Zaurbek. Showing his character here in the 10th and final round.
He obviously has no respect for the power of Fuzile at this point. Walking him straight down. Throw a number of power shots. Trying to close the show with a knockout. As any great fighter would do.
Calls himself the Kazakh king of knockouts, and he's looking to give his constituents what they want tonight. He is going all out in pursuit of Fuzile in the 10th and final round.
And now he's, don't follow him. Walk him down and throw those punches. Keep him in the corner. Keep him in the corner. She has too much space. Give him too much space, Corey. Close that distance. Close that, keep him in the corner. Oh. You got to start with the uppercut, bring it up and over. Because Fuzile is going to be rolling underneath, ducking, up and over.
All right, Zaurbek might be fighting so high on emotion right now, as we saw in the opening seconds of the round when he just tackled Fuzile, that maybe he's forgetting some things that he otherwise would do. Final 30 seconds of the contest.
No, Zaurbek, just both hands. Let both hands go. Punches and bunches, and maybe close the show on a knockout. Now Fuzile's going to finish. He's going to finish on his feet.
We look like we will head to the scorecards, and they could be very interesting. An excellent fight between Zaurbek and Fuzile. As you said early in this fight, Ray, if you're a fan of high-level skill, that's the kind of fight for you.
Yeah, I liked it. From the beginning, you can see two guys, both high boxing, both high boxing IQ, filling each other up. But they were active, but they both of them tried to close the show. Or Zaurbek, obviously, his power started taking over. But look, he almost got caught with a sucker punch, and boom, he lands that good left hook or right hook. But look, this was a good fight to watch, man. Really enjoy it. Zaurbek's going to be a name, a headache for anybody and everybody in that division.
Again, Azinga Fuzile might have been thinking about retirement, but he could give a lot of guys fits.
Yes, he can.
If he does not want to hang him up, there is a lot there out there for him, win or lose here tonight. Nervous moments for both men, who seemingly both believe they've done enough for the victory here tonight.
It looks good. Fuzile's people know he didn't do enough.
You think so?
Yeah, they know. They know. But the fact he's on his feet, he made it to the end, on his feet, that's a victory for them. That's a victory for him. And I'll tell you, I'd like to see Fuzile in other fights. This guy can fight. He just was a little overwhelmed by this guy. Believe me, but this guy can fight. I'd love to see him in future fights. And most of the fights he would have won tonight, and probably any other fight he would have won tonight if he wasn't fighting Zaurbek.
IBF Intercontinental orta salmaqtagi jekpe-jekdagi. Hurmatli do'stlar, boks jankeyrlari endishi bir ovuzdan chempion atangan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome champion Sultan Zaurbek.
So Sultan Zaurbek, your winner. We'll try and get the scorecards for you. It was just announced that he was the winner.
Oh, the Sultan of SWAT. No, he threw a lot of punches tonight.
He certainly did.
And he landed a lot. He landed a lot too. So I thought it was a good fight, man. Very entertaining. Two highly skilled guys. This guy's the guy to